change.
Seem to have functional problem here with this treatment. I didn't think I was being that hard on it.
The decision was made to leave it in. It doesn't, as written, it doesn't make any sense because it's Schedule 1. I mean, you know the logic, but we can't change it. Is that?
Well, under the statute, the board is supposed to consider that there are several things that the board is supposed to consider in reviewing the petition. And one of those things is consider whether conventional medical therapies are insufficient to treat or alleviate the disease or condition. I don't know that a petition fails because it doesn't meet that piece, because it says it's consider.
Sure.
But I think that under the statute, the board has to consider that.
But the one we're looking at, though, says new scientific research that supports.
Oh, I'm not there yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that's what. I apologize. Go ahead. All right.
But if there are no further comments on this one, we can get there very quickly.
Please.
Comments on E5? Okay, we'll jump in.
No, sorry.
All right. So this one, and this was not statutory, so the board had included this. So indicating that if somebody gives us a petition and it's rejected, a previously rejected petition must have new scientific research. So I think what we're looking for here is, you know, for instance, someone provides a petition with a particular condition and the board goes all through that whole process, reviews it, and then indicates that they are rejecting that, adding that condition. And the board's decision is final on this. I think we recognize the idea that science is evolving and the research is evolving, and there, you know, at one point in time, there may not be evidence to support it, and that could change. So I think what we're looking for is if a petition has been previously rejected, to bring back that condition, there has to be some new scientific research that would support you know, the inclusion of that petition or that condition. So that's what we're looking for. But we did receive objections to use of the word scientific research.
Why? I didn't see the objections. How do you define scientific research, I guess?
I think the issue was more about that there may not be scientific research, that there might be more anecdotal research.
By scientific research, could that include research done on animals, or does it have to be on humans?
I don't think we were that specific.
Yeah, I don't think we defined it.
Okay, I think that's important to leave it broad then.
I mean, you know, we'd consider animal.
Okay, because we do in medicine across the board anyway.
Right, exactly.
And I think as long as it doesn't say, or the expectation is that it's done in humans, because obviously that's not going to happen on a Schedule 1.
Right.
But if we open it up simply to say,
right.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think we can be open if, you know, if using the word scientific makes it a term of art that limits us in some way, I think we can be open to that. I think we just want to make sure that there's some type of, you know, reliable evidence, or, you know, that something has changed before we're going all back through this process again on the same condition.
No, I'm certainly on the same page with you with that. Yes, right. I leave the phrase as it is, scientific research, as long as it isn't restrictive. That was the only concern. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Other thoughts there? Yeah, Jerry.
One comment on this. I kind of see this as a workflow issue for the medical board. Since anyone can submit a petition, anyone, you could potentially submit a petition, have it rejected, turn around and submit it again the next day, and you could have an enormous pileup in the board of these things that may actually keep new petitions from getting to the top of the pile. And so I think it's very reasonable to say, if you want to submit a petition, there's got to be something new to justify resubmission of that petition. And I think this language is broad enough. Scientific research can in fact be case studies, which is essentially anecdotal information. But there's got to be something new. Mm-hmm. So I would support keeping this in there.
Thank you.
Okay.
I was asked, and thought I'd just bring it up, is there a way to remove a condition? You know, years ago, tobacco was used for asthma, interestingly enough. And obviously that, if you're an asthma sufferer, you don't smoke.
Right.
You try not to. I mean, is there that consideration? That was asked of me, and I said, I have no clue.
Right, that's a good question. The medical board does not have the authority to remove a condition. That would have to be statutory.
Oh. Okay. All right, we'll move ahead.
And actually, that is the conclusion of our
Okay.
slides.
I'd just like to say that on behalf of my constituency and the way that you reached out to the patient community and then the way that obviously those voices were heard, you should be commended for that, and I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Likewise, on behalf of physicians in Ohio, we very much appreciate the data you're getting through the surveys. I think that's very, very helpful, and I appreciate the board doing that.
Thank you.
One quick question. On the 3,000 more that you surveyed, 222 responded, and I mean, that's 7% of the people who actually responded said that they might be leaning in this scattering. Is that a typical response rate? Was there more interest in this, less?
Pretty good.
Yeah,
That's
that's
actually a
pretty
pretty
good.
good
For us
response
to get
rate.
3,000 responses, particularly in a very short time frame, I think we had the survey open maybe for a week and a half or so.
So this is a reliable representation.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. Now, again, I don't know if you can scale that up to the full 46,000. I would not go that far. But certainly as this issue, to the point made by one of the members, as employers figure out how they want to work in this space, that will lend to greater clarity, and I think we'll have a better idea. Those numbers will be more and more reliable as we proceed forward.
Okay, we've come to the end of our morning agenda very efficiently. Thank you for all that you're driving that. I appreciate it.